when I'm talking about Islamization agenda, you think you know better than me. You think most of us have been shouting and talking and trying to sensitize Nigerians about the Islamization agenda of these Fulani jihadists. You think you know better. And some of you in the West, from the Yoruba land, are so foolish that you think the people from the North, the jihadists, because they call Allah Akbar, you think you are the same. No. So I'm tired of the folly of Nigerians. Our foolishness knows no bound. Your foolishness knows no bound. That's when we should rise up and speak with one, with one voice. You think it's between Christian Muslim, and you play politics and you play ethnic cards with it. You all are foolish. I'm telling you. You think you know better. Between today is Thursday, between Monday and today, over 300 people have been annihilated, have been unalived in Nigeria, and nobody has done anything reasonable about it. You think you know better. When I tell you of Islamization agenda, you think you know better than me, isn't it? You all are foolish. Fulanis went to Woro village in Kwara State, which most of the people actually are Muslims. But because they have been preaching, they were preaching to them to accept Sharia as a governing law against the Nigerian constitution. Sharia as a governing law against the Nigerian constitution. And the people rejected. And the people said no, they would rather stick to the Nigerian constitution and be governed by the Nigerian constitution instead of Sharia. And even though most of these people are even Muslims, they executed. They did not just unalive them. They tied their hands behind their back in Woro village. Tied their hands behind their backs. What you do to criminals? They tied their hands behind their backs and executed them. Over 200 of them. Oh, of course, the media say 170. In media tell you 170. I've always told you, divide that number by 2, they add what on top of it. So there are over 200 and something people that were executed because they refused Sharia law. And I told you the other time in my video when I was explaining the pattern of Islamization. When I was explaining the sequence, the stages of Islamization, number 1 is that they're moving. They're either moving by migration or they're moving by invasion. Number 2, they occupy government positions. And when they begin to occupy government positions, they begin to vow for, different stuff like that. Number 3, they begin to multiply. And when they multiply to a certain number, then number 4, they implement Sharia. And the moment you accept Sharia, then jihad will happen. And Nigeria presently, 12 states are practicing Sharia. 12 states. And if you think those people carrying these atrocities are carrying those guns at the minute, you are wasting your time because the people that are backing them up are the 2 people that are up high there. They are religious leaders, the oligarchs in the north, the politicians, most of them in the military that are backing them up. They will not come up, but they are supporting it. They want to turn Nigeria to a Turkey. They want to turn Nigeria to a Lebanon. They want to turn Nigeria to a Jordan. They want to turn Nigeria to an Egypt. And we keep shouting this thing every day. Wow, over 200 people executed like that, and we are going about our businesses as proper people with no consequence whatsoever. You think you know better than me, isn't it? I keep talking of Islamization agenda, but you think I'm foolish. Not knowing that you are the one that is foolish. For the Yoruba people, I warn you again, be careful. See, I've told you before, in that video I told you, I said the Igbo land will be the most difficult. But what they're going to use in the Igbo land is money, because they understand, see, the devil will always tempt you with what you like most. They know the Igbo people like money. And you'll find that their allergies will begin to woo their people, they'll begin to marry their daughters with money, they'll begin to settle their sons with money, and because of that, Islam will enter. But it will take a long time. So what they do is, they start conquering from the north, and then when they spread to the west, because it will be easy to spread into the west than to the southeast. And then from the west now, they'll conquer. Now you see, their activity in Kwara is very, very, is very evident now. Their activity in Kwara is evident. Their activities in Kwara is effective. Guess where they are going next? No. You think it's Igbo land or it's South? No, they are entering on your state. And they're already in the forest of Oyo. Presently, as I'm telling you. Information reach me. They're already in the forest of Oyo. They'll spread to Ogun. And from there, you think you're in Lagos state and you cannot be touched. No. You think you're in Lagos state, you cannot be touched. I tell you, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. You see the speed at which they are moving. It is just a matter of time. It is just a matter of time. I want to tell you, look for how to defend yourself. These people are relentless. These jihadists are relentless. I call on President Tinubu, better do. You see, the re-election thing is just on your mind. The politicians they don't have your time. They don't care about you. Let 500 be killed today. They don't care. They'll go about their campaign. To them, it's about party. To them, it's about party. And we have idiots, useless men in this government that would rather come and instead of sympathize with the people or profess solution or aggressively attack these people, they would rather come out and banter Peter Obi or banter one party or the other. I'm telling you, if you don't stand and defend yourself and genuinely and vehemently resist Sharia in the West, your situation will be what is happening in the North. You think you know better, isn't it? When we keep shouting, you are playing tribal cards. You think it's because we're against Tinubu, we keep talking. And every time we bring up facts, you turn into tribal cards. You think it's about tribalism. You think it's about because we are speaking against Tinubu. You are very foolish. You will still come under the street and attack me, but no problem. I want to call on the Nigerian military. As much as I know many of you are compromised, I want to call on the Nigerian government. Do not allow the Fulanis, a minority tribe that is causing mayhem, a minority tribe, an infinitesimal amount of people that can be silenced once. We can't allow them to get dominant, to get ground. I told you of Islamization agenda, you think I'm playing. No problem. If Sharia is not abolished intentionally in Nigeria, I am telling you, 20 years from today, we are not ending this problem. If Sharia is not abolished in Nigeria, 20 years from today, this challenge is not ending. We have become a people that is totally a people of no relevance. We have become a mockery to the international communities. Look, I'm talking now the two lights. For 60-something years, power supplies cannot be constant in Nigeria, causing chaos, causing anarchy in Nigeria. The Islamists, these Fulanis. I've talked about that you should hold Sultan accountable for a lot of this thing. You did not hear me. I've spoken that you should hold Gumi accountable for most of this thing. You did not hear me. No problem. We're here. I want to all I'll keep telling you that the church must rise up to begin to defend itself. Because you see, if they can do that to a community that are even with Muslims, simply because they rejected Sharia, how do you think it will be for Christian communities? If we don't rise up and begin to initiate the Crusader program gradually at this time, to begin to raise people, security networks for the church that will defend Christians in Christian communities. If you think this is ending anytime soon, you are wasting your time. This what we are going to is not ending anytime soon. It's not ending anytime soon until you meet their nonsense, their stupidity with a higher level of violence. Until you meet their violence with a higher level of violence before they run away. They will never stop as much as we keep negotiating. We see about how many over 100 people that were kidnapped from the church. They are still there. Entering to the church with such audacity and kidnap people that sit there. If you think this is ending anytime soon, you're wasting your time. If we don't rise and begin to meet their nonsense, their foolishness with a higher level of violence, 20 years from today, 30 years from today, we are not ending this. And I've told you, Nigeria will never be Islamized. We will rather divide. After all, I've said it over and over. This marriage, this entity called Nigeria is a scam. We have been deceiving ourselves for too long. Nobody wants to say, even though many of us know, nobody wants to say it is a scam. If we don't rise up, these guys are not relenting. They will continue to labor to ensure that they bring Nigeria to a Turkey or to a Lebanon state, and we will not permit that. We will rather divide. The church must rise up at this time. All those nonsensical compromises are trying to be diplomatic. These people are not diplomatic with you. You are the one that want to be diplomatic. Oh yeah, now. No problem. We will keep speaking. What we will not do again is to be silent. When I'm talking.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Please, if you want to join this conversation, kindly join us through the link on the comment section. So, as you have seen the thumbnail of this video, Road to Peace and Progress in Nigerian Territory or Nigeria Territory, okay? They call it Niger area, okay? The place of the Black people. So, let us talk about the road to peace and progress in this territory. You know, right from decades now, if I'm not mistaken, 2 to 3 decades ago, a lot of people have seen violence, retrogression. A lot of people have seen evil being perpetrated by people in power. They have seen a lot of things that will not even make them to think or believe that progress is possible or progress is in view. But you know what? It is opposite because, after everything, the progress will surely come. But how will the progress come? That is what we are going to discuss today, because the progress cannot come when you continue to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. No, progress cannot come in that way. Liberation cannot come in that way. The killing cannot stop in that way. So let us talk about how this progress is going to come in this territory. So number one, there is something I was thinking even before I started this video. I said there was this one of my guys while we were in school. So they shot him in the leg. So the bullet was still inside his body. He was going to the hospital. So the hospital, they were prescribing drugs for him, medicine for him. He was buying, even using his school fees to buy medicine and so on and so forth. The thing was not going. Like the pain every day, you sleep, you wake up, your body will be hot and so on and so forth. So what happened? Until he now go for the operation. They now operated him and removed, the bullets from his leg. And ever since then, he started treating the sore. And before you know, the healing came and the leg was okay, so he can now work with it, do everything he want to do with it. Now, I read the history and so many things that this West did to Africa, especially Nigeria, what they did to us, how they share us, like if you are killing Christmas cow, this one is the owner of the neck, this one is the owner of the head, this one will take the intestine, this one will take the tail. That was how they divided us, okay? That was how they just, share us like their property. But that is not the only issue. After sharing us like their property like that, we started living. Now, we have lived for decades ever since then. But nobody is asking one simple question. If what brought problem to Africa was amalgamation, especially Nigeria, in this context, I'm referring to Nigeria. If what brought problem to Nigeria is that amalgamation, then I think the first thing you should do if you want to solve the problem is to de-amalgamate Nigeria. Because Britain did this because they don't want Africa to grow. They don't want Nigeria to rise. They see potential in us. They see natural resources. They see good things. And they say that if we do not do something to trap these people in an endless war, if we do not do something to make sure that these people will continue to languish in trouble, in crisis, in insecurity, in disagreement, these people will rise and they may have power against us, above us. And what are we going to do? They may even, come and override us in this earth. So we may even become their slaves. God forbid. Like this is their mentality. Because of that, they brought people who do not agree. They amalgamated them. They did us. Now, the problem is what we are facing today. And someone can come out to tell you that to separate Nigeria or de-amalgamate Nigeria, let me use the word, that is not the solution. If what brought the problem was amalgamation, don't you think that the amalgamation of the entity will be the problem? It's just like you knows that this is the problem. This is the actual problem. Yes, it is the problem. We have been living in peace and progress. Technology has been there. Look at what they stole from the Benin Kingdom. You can see that these people are advanced. Like Africans, we are doing great before these people came. Why can't we undo what these people did before we move forward to even think and talk about, progress? Anyway, this is what we are going to discuss this evening. Mr. Max, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Today, you look so natural and cultural. I know you are ready today because there is a new background around you. All right. Now, we are talking about peace and progress. I said for so long, if you mention peace and progress, especially in Nigeria, people think it is far. Is going to bring peace and progress in this territory. And I am saying that if the only thing Britain could do to make sure that they stop the peace and progress of our people is just to amalgamate us. Now, why can't us also implement, or let us also repeat what they did by the amalgamating what they have amalgamated? That is to invent partitioning, to divide the country, to allow people to go in their separate ways, because that is where the problem started from. Anyway, you have the floor. Let us know what you think about this. Is that the ultimate solution that you think that we should put in place, or do you have any other alternative? Because we cannot continue to do one thing and expect different results. Fighting. The military are compromised. They have been infiltrated. They cannot do this. Everybody knows it's not possible for them to do this. So what is the way out?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, Mr. Okocha, happy Marcel. How are you doing today, man? It's nice to
I
see
am
you.
cool. I'm just back. Today has been a very, hectic and busy day.
Oh wow. Look, I woke up today and I went on your page. I was looking for the notification for the post. I didn't see any post. I was mad. I was like, man, when is he gonna post? So I understand how busy you probably are with your gathering your intel and your networking and whatnot. But
Mm,
yes, absolutely. I personally think that the amalgamation of the regions or the protectorates, in Nigeria would be the solution. Um,
mm,
it's obviously not working out. We can clearly see that this idea of Nigeria, this idea of one Nigeria, is not working out. Okay, um, the government is complicit. The government is not trying to do what they are supposed to do, and then the people are disunited, so it's very difficult for us to even come together to protest and to complain because we're not even united amongst ourselves.
that is
So
right.
this is a very, very big problem, and the British were very smart when they amalgamated these regions, and when they did what they did in Nigeria as a business entity,
Mm,
how it started. So they understood that these regions have um very little things in common. Is and if you understand, like, Nigeria from ancient time. I've been privy to do some research on Nigeria. Nigeria had a lot of ancient kingdoms.
yeah.
Okay, so the Yoruba people had their Oyo Empire. The Benin people had their Benin kingdom. The Igbo people had their Nri kingdom, and
Mm,
the
mm,
the Hausa people had their own kingdom before the invasion of the Fulani with Usman Dan
Fulani.
Fodio, and then and the British coming and stuff. So we all have our regions, and we all have like a governmental system. Like Igbo people, right? I'm an Igbo person, so I can speak for my people. Igbo people have a theocratic system of government from time. Okay, so we have Ezindigbo, and we have like chief priest, and we have our system of governance that has always worked for us. It was a theocratic system. Religious as well, because religion is a vital tool for human development. You can never have a culture or a civilization or a society without religion. Okay, when we study all the civilizations of time, like Egyptian, you study the Greco-Roman or the Greek, the Grecians, Greece, or you study Rome, ancient Rome. They all had their religious system. They had their gods and their goddesses. Egypt had their gods and their goddesses. The pharaoh was a kind of like religious political figure because he believed that he's the son of Ra. He's the son of
Mm,
God, right? So
mm,
there is no way that we can separate religion from politics and from society. Okay, we have different religion in Nigeria. We have different ideologies. So the northern part of Nigeria seem to adhere to the Islamic doctrine, while the west,
mm,
the southern and western part of Nigeria seem to be more into the Christian doctrine. And so these
yeah.
two ideologies are contrary to each other. They're opposing. I heard one of
Mm,
your videos. You said that while you were in school, they are teaching you thou shalt not kill, the Ten Commandments, while they are teaching the other person, you shall kill the infidel, that thou shalt kill. So we
yeah.
have two contrary ideologies. There is no way that we can actually politic. There's nothing. There's no engagement because our two ideologies are opposing to each other. All
Of
right.
course.
So separation is the best solution, right? But even after we separate, like say for instance, now we're all agitating for Biafra. We get Biafra. Biafra becomes an independent nation, a republic on its own. Do you think that these people are not still going to attack Biafra from where they are? They are going to attack. They are still going to do that. All right.
It's total. It's
It will be a different
totally.
story.
It's
But they will
totally
still
a
attack.
different. It's
Yes.
totally a different thing entirely. Let me give you an example. If, for example, Indian and Pakistan are living in one country, there will be a brutal war going on that place now. But as I speak to you, India and Pakistan are still attacking each other after they have separated because they were in one country before.
Oh yeah.
Now we have, let me imagine if Iran and Israel are in one country. Like in fact, it will be like nuclear war will be going on there. Let me use the term nuclear war for you to understand the kind of thing that will be going on there. Now they are not in one country, but they are still attacking each other. What separations gives you is it gives you the ability to defend yourself. It gives you the territorial integrity. It gives you that power of defense. Because as I speak today, Nigeria don't have power of defense. It has been stripped away from us. Even that, shoot and run, they used to call it. Those guns that if you shoot one, you need to put the cartridge again before you can shoot another one. Why they were importing these terrorists in Nigeria? Buhari disarmed our fathers. They collected these guns from them. Like, we are defenseless.
Right.
Imagine if we have everything. As NATO as Benin Kingdom, if they are a country, they can defend themselves. Highest, they will go and form allies with other people. They can go and form with either Pakistan or Russia or Israel or America, whoever they want to go and have a partnership with. Then maybe those people can come here and even have base in their country. You enter, they will help them to fight. So the world is moving to a stage where everybody must learn defense. You see, North Korea, the reason why nobody mess with North Korea today, as little as North Korea, you don't mess with them because all their life, they are so poor, but all their life, they are investing in ballistic missiles, defense, ammunition. They want to kill that whether he's a king, I don't know what I will refer him to. Not a president, he's a king. So the man he's even looking for where to throw his missiles. Maybe it is too much now. He's looking for a way to start a war. So nobody is even giving him mouth because they look at him like someone who is not normal. But if you look at it in another way, that is what the world needs. That is, the world needs people who can defend themselves. So imagine, sorry to cut you short, imagine in Kwara State what happened. Boko Haram wrote a letter 5 months ago that they were coming to preach, and failure to accept their law and everything, they will kill them. 5 months ago. And they fold their hands, Boko Haram came and killed them. So this is what I'm trying to say. Imagine that they wrote that letter to a sovereign nation. Oh, they will go after you. Right. Or let Hamas come and write letter to Israel that they are coming to kill. Within 2 days, IDF will start they will start bombing. If you like go on that hospital, they will bomb that hospital. Right. So that is the reason why I'm saying that separation will give us power to defend ourselves. Even though people want to attack, no problem. Let them come and attack. We will have what it takes to defend ourselves. So that is what I was saying.
No, I mean, you heard me right from the first time I joined the show. I was an advocate for self-defense. A lot of people were calling me delusional. I read the comments and they say, oh, he's in America, he's eating burger. That's why he's just talking. Again, I'm saying the right thing. We need to be able to defend ourselves because here in America, people died for us to have the rights to be able to defend ourselves. So, yes, I want us to advocate for legislation that will enable us to defend ourselves. It does not mean that we have to, we're still going to have to wait. We have to take action. We need to protest. We need to come out in troops. We need to go to the House of Assembly. We need to engage these people and we need to shut them down and let them know that, look, man, if you don't do what we want you to do, nothing is going to happen. We have the numbers in Nigeria, but it seems like nobody is interested in actually doing anything.
Nobody wants to die. Now, my senator, this thing you are saying, my senator brought the bill early last year.
Yes, I saw something like that.
Yes, Senator Ned Moko. So he brought the bill for government to look into it and allow people to bear arms. Now, this was our intention then. Imagine these Boko Haram people that came to kill almost 200 and something people. They were like, let me say 60 of them. Okay, 60 of them, 60 preachers, 60 evangelists of Sharia. Okay, so when they came, if the villagers had the opportunity to bear arms, those Boko Harams will find a hole and enter. Imagine 60 people cannot challenge 2,000 people, 3,000 people if they have gone.
Yeah.
So, but they rejected it. Imagine people who that disarm, that shoot and run.
Who rejected it exactly?
You know, when Nigeria rejects something, you will know Nigeria rejected something. So the Senate voted against it. They said that arms center of Nigeria rejected it. Every angle rejected it. Like the rejection was obvious, like 0 over 100. Nobody even think and said, oh, okay. And even the bill did not even necessarily say, let us give AK-47 to everybody. Imagine the vigilantes are having AK-47. They could challenge these terrorists.
Right.
So that was it.
Okay, my question for you is that I've seen a lot of videos of Fulani herdsmen in public. You know, they are herding their goat or their cows or whatever. And
With
they have
AK-47.
Yes, and they have their rifles, right?
Yes. And like this one also, this one, they came for a peace meeting. The soldiers were there, the police were there, and most of the meeting, if they are coming, they will ask soldiers, Nigerian soldiers, not to come with gun.
What?
And Nigerian soldiers will obey them, they will not come with gun. I am telling you what is going on. You know, before we get to this extent and start saying that Nigeria have to separate, we know what we are talking about. Now, let me give you another story. Maybe you don't know this. A terrorist, these Fulani people, they killed a commissioner of police, assistant commissioner of police. After killing that police, they took his shirt and go. They leave his body. You know what? In a peace meeting, when the government called peace meeting, the person wore the commissioner of police uniform to that peace meeting. And when they were coming to that peace meeting, they asked the police and the military not to come with gun. And they did not come with gun. The terrorists came with gun, with bombs and everything, and they still go back with it. This is deception. They are just deceiving us. If I'm telling you that Nigeria is literally a Sharia state, people in government are colluding. They know what they are doing. That is why if you say, let them go and do this, let them bring this law, they can't. They can't do that. Because this is what they actually want. Do you get it? This is what they actually want.
Right.
So go on.
What I was going to say is, so if we have a situation where you have these people openly walking around with firearms, yeah, just like this, it's ridiculous. I can't comprehend. I can't wrap my head around it. And we have video evidence of this. What state is this? Can we know what state this is?
Yeah, this is Castina, Muhammadu Buhari state.
Okay, so we know the location. We have video evidence. We have these people on camera. Why?
And it happens every week. It happens every week. This is not something that happens once in a blue moon. It will still happen next week. You understand? It will still happen next week, Tuesday. There's another peace deal. It will still happen. Okay, and nobody.
Exactly. So who are so we need to be able to hold somebody responsible for allowing these armed, because they are basically armed. They are armed. They're not. Are they civil? Are they Nigerian citizens?
Well, they are, and most of them are not. Like
are Nigerian citizens allowed to carry firearms? Is this
no?
In the so they are breaking.
No.
So they're actively breaking the Nigerian constitution. They are breaking the law.
This is the state of anarchy. Anarchy is looming everywhere in Nigeria. See, there was a video I was doing at a time. One man was constantly calling me, whether he says he's a DSS officer, that I should stop doing that video. But I did not listen to him. I was doing it consistently. That video was Nigerian constitution have been suspended. Okay, I was making that video consistently that time. Why? Because everything in the constitution is not working. in some part of Nigeria. You understand? It won't work like they will put Sharia police to enforce some laws that is contrary to Nigerian constitution. These people will carry gun. In Kano State, just last week here, they were leading cattle with AK-47 and police was their back guiding them. Like we are in the state of anarchy.
What?
But if you come out to speak all these things, people will think that maybe you don't like the country, you do this, you do. Nobody is ready to say the truth. Nobody is ready to talk the reality. Next week, Tuesday, in Zamfara, there will be another peace meeting. They will order police not to come with, what is it called, weapon. They will still come with weapon. And everybody is trying to blame Donald Trump for problem that we are causing, politicians are causing. Someone that said he want to come and help you solve the problem. Everybody is now focusing on him. I don't know the problem of that man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. At this point, it seems like we're going to need a revolution. You get me? It is that's the only solution. It's a revolution, because
revolution don't happen in a heterogeneous nation. No. You see what is going on in Iran? Iranians are one, united against these people. In Nigeria today, you see these people you are seeing, these people in the bush, these terrorists. I am sorry to tell you this. These are just 10% of these terrorists.
Little kids. They're just little kids.
Yeah, the majority of them are in government houses. Some of them are in the military. Some of them are in the police. Infiltration has taken place in Nigeria. So these people you are seeing are not the problem now. The problems are people in the government houses, the people in Aso Rock. These are the real problems right now as I speak to you. People are in Aso Rock. People are in government houses. People are in the police. They are doing all sorts of things, but nobody is talking about all these things.
So if me and you say, oh, okay, we're trying to hold these people accountable, so they're going to tag us as enemies of the Nigerian state, or they're going to tag us as terrorists for trying to bring these people into to make them accountable.
You should ask where is Nnamdi Kanu first before you think about that. So
do we need an external power to then to help us basically probe these people?
Now you understand why the coming of US into this situation seems like a ray of hope to people. Why people were beckoning on US. Because anybody who says, let us solve our problem by ourselves, don't know the problem.
Right.
You don't know the problem. That is why you may say, let us solve this problem. What these people are seeing is complete Islamization of Nigeria. Yes. That is their own problem and issue. So you are talking nonsense because you don't know the problem. If you know the problem, you will understand that after all, this is a global problem right now. So you can rely on international community. When you are faced with two evil, you choose the lesser one. No matter who can come and do this, let them come and do this for now.
Oh yeah.
So that is my own, take on this.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I agree with you. I agree with everything you said, and I think that Igbo people especially would need to rally up, considering the fact that we have an entirely different ideology from these people. I mean, Yoruba people, some of them are Muslim. You have a percentage of Yoruba people that are Muslim, and so they seem to agree with the ideology, or they are with it, or they say they're not radical Muslims or whatnot. But the fact that they infiltrated into the Yoruba system that's already a problem. I don't think that we have this problem of Islam in Igbo society. I hope we don't have this problem, but we need to speak
for now no. For now no, but the plan to do that is on ground. It's on high gear.
We need to resist it, and that is essential. Resisting the Islamic infiltration into the Igbo community, that's essential. So we need to hold fast our own profession of faith, which is Christianity. I know a lot of Igbo people are also Jews, but Judeo-Christian principles and ideologies kind of They run hand
An
in
African
hand.
traditionalist as well.
Oh yeah, an African traditionalist as well. But I don't agree with their ideology. I'm a Christian. I believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. And I hope to use every platform that I'm on to promote this gospel and the truth of the gospel. So I would hope that the African traditionalists will come to the knowledge of Christ and the truth of Jesus Christ. But regardless of your religious belief, nobody has the right to kill you. The gospel is a command. So in the Bible, God commanded everyone to believe in the gospel, but we're not enforcing this command and saying, well, if you don't believe in gospel, we're going to kill you. No, Jesus is going to come one day and enforce it himself. That's what he says
Yeah.
on Judgment Day.
Yeah. Like me, before we bring in Mighty Dot now, like me, I was born and brought up from a Christian background, from a Catholic church, but I am not a Christian today because I was born and brought up from a church. I'm a kind of person that before I continue to sustain my belief in something, I have conviction about something. So not because I was just born and brought up from a Christian background that makes me to believe what I believe. No, I have reasons why I believe. In other words, I can say that I am a witness. So it is what I see, what I know that makes me to sustain my belief continually. So it's not bad at all. My only problem, like Islam, all those things, do I have problem with that? Naturally, I'm not supposed to even talk about anything about religion. You understand? I'm not supposed to talk about it. But when you are using your own religion, imagine after killing people, they started calling villagers for prayer. After killing over 200 people, they started calling villagers for prayer to come and pray. Mighty God, please, you can unmute yourself. Oh my goodness. Good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Yeah, my great daughter. Panelists. I'm sorry, I'm at the gym. Anyway, thank you for what you've been doing. You know, you're devoting your time in trying to educate people, our people, and sanitize their mentality. Because I think the problem is that our people don't even understand the depth of the situation that we are in. I think that's the issue there. 2 days ago, I was on your program. I mistakenly logged the listen out. I was trying to get back in. I was sending a message. I guess you didn't see it. So I was just.
No, I didn't see. I only saw the $10 you gave me at the end of the program. So I think I should say thank you for that.
Oh, no problem, my brother.
All right, so let's go straight to the to the point.
Yeah. So, there's something I was when this brother was talking, I was saying, it's just by the way talking about a wish that African traditional worshippers they will come to believe in. I mean, my brother, everybody have the right to. I used to, like you, Mazio culture. I grew up in Catholic. I was aspiring to become a priest. Then I forgot about that. And then when I left that country, that region, and my eyes begin to open, my knowledge begin to widen. I begin to understand this thing called life, the existence of humanity. Things I never knew while in that contraption. But what is happening today? Religion is part of it, and our people, our ancestors, our forefathers, they've always maintained peace because they were people that believe in spirituality. And spirituality, has nothing to do with religion. There are two different things between spirituality and religion. Yeah. So, but people don't get that.
Let's focus on topic.
No, I'm going to the topic. I mean, I hear you guys were talking, in the issue has to do with religion, right? Religion is the connotation of this attack. So that's why I was talking. That's why I was going there. Yeah, because
that's right.
so That's the cancer. No matter how much you try to shy away from it. We believe in the religion of peace. The Christians, the traditional worshippers, they don't go to, slaughter, kill people, or force people. I'm going to say this here, and I'm not missing words. Islam is a cult. Any religion, any religion that goes after you when you say you don't want to do anymore, any religion that forces you to believe in what they believe is a cult. And we have to call it what it is. Yep. These people have been practicing this cult, and they're trying to spread it across the world. America understands it. Europe are beginning to wake up to the reality. They were in romance, in bed with these people. But coming back home, Mazio Porter, let us face the fact. The problem why we are still where we are today in that contraction is because of one people. One people. The Yorubas are the problem. I'm going to call it as it is. They are the problem that Nigeria is still today standing. We are the same.
Why do you say so?
That's what I'm about to say. They call us the South, right? And the North. Yorubas and the Eastern, we are part of the South, right? Then we have the North. Tell me, if the Yorubas come together with the Eastern and say, enough of this, we need to pull out of this contraption. Why is Poland? And then even the houses, the middle belt are already tired. They're already tired. So are you telling me that is few Polandese in that contraption?
You know that this is related to religion, what is going on in Nigeria. So the Yorubas have more Muslims than the Middle Belt. You understand it now?
That is why I said that the problem. Because one, they have been in bed with these Fulanese. Economic wise.
Okay, if you remove them from the picture now, how are they your problem? Like your own personal problem, or how are they the problems of the Igbos?
They are the problem because one, what happens when after Aburi? Listen, before the war started, if Yorubas did not join Fulani, the North, to come after us, do you think that the North would have raised the thing to come after us?
Is it the Yorubas, the North, or Britain?
My brother, we don't all know that Britain owns that contraction. So are you telling me that Britain would send their soldiers to come down to come and fight us because we say we don't want Nigeria anymore? If Yorubas have stood there, have stood there, if they are saying, okay, since you're pulling out, we want to do the one nation, or we want to stay with Nigeria, but we don't want to fight you, go your way. Do you think that Fulani would have come after us? They're not.
I think he has a point, Mr. Okocha.
Yeah. I understand what he's saying.
But Yorubas stood with them. They have been in bed with these people. That is the reason why what is happening in Kwara today, I don't have any pity for them because they are drinking their own medicine. Their own poison.
The people that died are victims
as well. Yes.
The people that died are victims. This is humanity here. You've got to.
I am not a woman. I'm not a bad person. I don't have a stone heart. But look at this, my brother. Over 5 million people died because they were asking for freedom. 10 in the army of Nigeria. Then they populated the Nigerian army from the Middle Belt and the core North Hausa. Not for any Hausa and Yoruba. They are the one that killed most of our 5 million people that died in Delta. So these people, even in the North, they are drinking their own medicine. Because you know what? After that civil war, these people never stopped. Now I said, okay, look at Yoruba. When we go to, they come up with economic jihad. That economic jihad uprooted our people to go to the North, to migrate to the Southwest, to do business. Okay, We are in Lagos doing business. They will open a swamp area and sell land for us. We fill that area. We turn the swampy area into city. Yet, they are not satisfied. A lot of their children that succeeded today who are in the diaspora, who are in college or this, they went to college, they went to diaspora because people got their land so that they can have money to travel. These people in Lagos, many of them, we are feeding them in Lagos because every morning they come out to test us. The traders, the entrepreneurs, my brother, this market that are being born every day in Lagos, who do you think that is doing it? That is the economic jihad.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Is it somewhere the market is burning everywhere else? My brother, let's face the reality. The reality is that this dangerous diversity has taken so much life. And if I were have told you, see, this war wouldn't have happened in 1967. That is what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. The question I want to ask you, do you now understand that people are getting the message and the reality is hitting people hard now than before?
Oh, of course. The reality is setting in as much as they try to ignore it. Even the politicians, the senators and all of them, do you know why these people have not come out vehemently to speak the truth? Because they know a Biafran nation will not benefit them. They know because of what they have done, they are scared they would rather remain in Nigeria than to have to be in Biafra, especially from our region. They know that they will not be relevant as they are now because it's all about power. These people are hungry for power. That is why, but if you go into their innermost parts, they want a nation that is better than this. But because they have been in bed, many of them are compromised in many ways. That is why they keep quiet. All this impunity is happening. They are not talking. So, my brother said revolution. We've been talking about revolution, and you responded that revolution will not work in a place like Nigeria. And my take on that is that anything like revolution or protest, everybody should go to their own tent to do it. Biafra, we should do our eviction protest in that region, evict everything in Nigeria. Because if you're talking about so-called nationwide revolution or protest, we are not one. A lot of you see a lot of Yorubas that will come, they want to protest when our brother is in power. They feel already. They're not. They will be protected. They will not join us. There is no unity. There is no cohesion. We've been lying to ourselves for over 100 years. When are we going to tell ourselves the truth? Now reality is setting in. A lot of people
that is the truth we are telling ourselves. Just that I also want people to tell the truth with more strategies as well. Okay.
The strategy.
With more strategies, with there is nothing like truth. If you say the truth, let nobody believe it, no problem. Okay. But just with time, okay, it will come and hit you hard. You know, when Nnamdi Kanu started saying all these things that look at, that these people are coming from Senegambia, that these people are going to end Nigeria, that this is Islamization, we are not allowed to defend ourselves. You know, people call him, somebody who is looking for fame or all those things. But today now, everybody understand what he was saying. So that is why I'm saying anything you say, make sure what you are saying is from the right conscience of your mind. That is why, like me, I'm not biased. I am just setting the record straight. I'm just trying to say the truth, no matter whom the truth touches, even though it's my people, even though it's my family, even though it's anybody, I will just say either. Why? Internet is very dangerous.
Exactly.
Anything I'm saying today,
is recorded.
People will play it for me in the future. My children will come and play it for me in the future. So that is why I am very careful not to hide the truth, number one, and not to say what is not truth. So anything I'm saying today, I know my children is going to play it in the future. So when they will ask me, look at how this country is, if the country remains like this, I will tell them that, yes, look at what I know then. And this is what I was able to do. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is why I'm trying to say that sometimes we should not bring emotion into this. We should bring logic, reasoning. Like what I'm trying to tell people now, if we say that this amalgamation was the problem, before we say we can solve the problem is not if you have a wound and you have something wounded inside your body. So the medicine is not just to be taking drugs every day. You have to remove it.
Remove the bullets.
So if they can de-amalgamate Nigeria, everybody have their own problem. Oh. The Igbos have problem, the thieves, the Hausas, the Edos, the Yorubas, everybody have their own personal problem. Let us go and solve our problem.
Yeah.
So that is the the focal point there.
Okay, now before I let other people talk, I want to give you a solution, because if we will keep talking and talking, we got to be able to figure out solution. We have talked enough. Solution with action, followed by action. And the solution is this. We all know it's not working. That's the fact has been registered. Now, how do we proceed? How do we proceed? Is for us to unity of purpose. I don't know when our people will stop allowing themselves to be used by those who don't mean well for you. Unity of purpose. Now, as I am here right now, I belong to the Biafran government in Israel. We've been doing this as a group. We've been doing this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this. IPOB as a group. But you, Mazi Okota, you are smart enough. You know that this thing will not work. If you are talking about getting Biafran nation, it will not work unless there's a government talking to a government. We have a government in Israel. Why is it that our people cannot come, all of us come together? Since this thing Biafra has started,
I will tell you that.
Okay. So since this thing has started, in our eternal leader time, Ojukwu, we have never come this close. Like you rightfully know, Mazi Okota, that we needed help, external help, because Fulani have taken over everywhere, even in the United Nations.
All right, let me answer your question.
Oh, sorry, let me say this real quick. So that external help, we figured it out while with the mistake we made before. We figured it out during the Civil War. We were not in America. We didn't enter American government. Now we have decided to fix that mistake. That is why we are have lobbies working with American government. Now that they are on ground, now Biafrans can come out and protest because nothing will happen. Now we have the ample of opportunity to get what we want, because we have seen a power stronger than Sokoto Caliphate that will twist their arm. Let's use this opportunity and get what we want.
Now let me tell you where the problem is. You made a statement. You said right from the time of Ojukwu, we know that this separation cannot happen unless everybody join hands together. Why is it that our people cannot join hands together into it? Our people cannot join hands together into it. I've studied that. It's genuine, because you see, politicians have followers. Politicians have money. Politicians have influence. Okay, politicians also have their own people. You do not expect the people of the politicians to be dancing to your own tune. I'm going to tell you that. Calm down now. Calm down.
Okay.
You see, there is no emotion in this, and that is why I always talk about logic. Now, here is it. From that beginning, I studied why Ojukwu set up ABGA, why Ojukwu formed ABGA as a political party. Because after studying the life of Ojukwu, at the end of his life, before he left the earth, he formed a political party. He joined politics, ABGA. So I said, the man who fought for this, who understood, I listened to his tape. I read so many things about what he was saying. So the man who have been saying all these things, are you sharing this to Instagram?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sharing anything.
Okay, I wanted to know someone who is sharing it.
I'm trying to.
Okay. So don't worry. So when Ojukwu formed ABGA, that was where I started doing deep research because I want to know his ideology of forming the ABGA. So I understand that the reason why he formed the political party was to make sure that the southeastern part of the country will go under one umbrella so that they can have one vision, one plan, have everything they want to do in common to defend themselves and have voice in the national center. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu started agitating, Nnamdi Kanu was the only one that was trying to follow that because every politician was loyal to Nnamdi Kanu. I'm talking about power control here. I remember the day Atiku and Peter Obi went to beg Nnamdi Kanu in London just to allow them do the election they want to do. I understand what they said in that meeting and so on and so forth. So the plan of Ojukwu, the plan of Nnamdi Kanu was, if we are not going to do the election, let us have the power to stop people not to do it. But if we are going to do the election, let our people who understand our ideology be there. Imagine the whole House of Rep and House of Senate from the Southeast. They just come to the House of Assembly and said, we need referendum. They bring it as a bill and they refuse, they walk out. That is a message to the world. You understand? So that was where Ojukwu stopped. And this is what Ojukwu wanted people to do.
But so what happened?
That is the answer to that your question, where you said, why can't our people join this? They can't join it.
When I talk about people, I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about ordinary people who knows where this thing pinches them. Who are the suffering masses right now? My brother. These politicians.
It seems you did not understand what I said.
I understand what you said.
You say the way you are educating them, the way you are talking to them. That is the way the same politicians are talking to them with money.
I know.
This is battle of influence here. This is the battle of influence here.
I understand that, my brother. It's a battle of influence. But
exactly.
I'm saying, how many are these politicians and how many are their followers?
Now, their followers are long as their money. See, we are living in a world where people are dancing towards money. What money cannot do, I don't know whether it exists. You understand? Let me tell you, like this, our brother Max was talking about Igbo Muslim issue, something like that. I understand the tactics that these people have planned to put in place. You understand? For me, I don't have problem with any religion. What I am saying is that nobody should come and kill somebody because of a religion.
Exactly.
Nobody should come and after killing people, you ask them to let us pray, like what they did in Kwara State here. You understand? Yeah. So, in a nutshell of what we are saying, I believe that the amalgamation of Nigeria, imagine if we are going to the north, even though you are going to take visa or is it visa free, you get there, you respect their law, they come to you, they respect your law, like the way we go to Ghana, Cotonou, everywhere. We live in peace, harmony, in progress, tolerance, yes, let the world see peace again. Because this is not bringing peace, this is not bringing unity. And the reason why, if you watch me, I am doing repetition very well. The reason why I'm doing repetition in most of my program is because I understand the power of repetition in influencing. A lot of people will come and watch the video tomorrow who have never watched it. Some people who have watched it will die. The younger generations are coming. Time will come. People will get this message because of the reality that will be hitting them hard.
But we
After
don't have the
listening to
time.
this, yes, after listening to this, maybe tomorrow, they will come to your village and kill 20 people, 100 people. One family, they killed 26 people day before yesterday. So
26?
it's not me that way. Yes, one family. It is not me. It's extended family, okay? It's not me. Yeah, it's not me that will tell them the truth again. They already know the truth, but unfortunately, they learned it in a hard way. You understand? So we must continue to repeat this, tell people the truth, why reality is hitting them. We are not supposed to be in war with each other. We are supposed to stay in different places.
Exactly.
Practice what you want to practice. I gave an example here. I told you people that anytime I travel to Egypt, I don't look for VPN to bypass video call. Because I don't want to violate their law. Because you can't make video call there. So I obey their law. I can't come to Egypt and start disobeying their law. I obey your law if I come to your country. So
yeah, because you went there on your own. So they did not drag you and bring you there. You went there. So for the fact that you went there, you have to respect their law.
Exactly. So that is what we are saying, my brother.
The fact that at the end of the day, like you said, I know our people are suffering from a kind of amnesia. They hear something today, tomorrow. I don't know what is the cause of it. They forget things in less than a week. And human life has lost value. Yeah, I know. I'm going to hang up. But I want the people in that contraption that call themselves Nigeria, Biafra, or whoever, know that Sokoto Caliphate has lost its power as America is on ground now. We can push these people out.
Are you sure? You know?
Yes. I'm telling you. Yes, we can.
Anyway, time will come when you get your own power, when you have your own territorial power. You will know that time Sokoto Caliphate will not be the problem. Okay, the reason why people are seeing it as a problem is because they see it that is the head of these people who are trying to spread Islam with sword, who are killing people. That is why they are seeing it as a problem. When you have your territorial integrity, you know what I mean by territorial integrity. You have your own defense, your own everything. In fact, you won't have problem any longer. Nobody will be your problem again.
Sovereignty, basically. When you have
when you have your own sovereignty, nobody will be your own problem again.
Mazi, the worst of Biafra will be better than the best of Nigeria right now.
You never can tell. What I want is partitioning. I don't want to. My brother, don't say that. I don't want to know who will be better than. What we are saying is that we are not working together.
No, it's not working.
No matter who is going to be better than, let the competition start. When we separate.
Exactly.
You never can tell who is going to be better. Okay.
Right.
Nigeria, with all the natural resources and the abundance of resources that place have, Nigeria should have been one of the best countries in the world. So, I mean, let's face the reality. Nigeria, Fulani mentality is what is crippling and destroying Nigeria. Their mentality is a cancer, and we need to cut it off. Thank you, my brother. Let others speak.
All right, Mighty Dot. Thank you. All right, let's go to Mudi Kabir. That is Big Boss. Mudi Kabir. I use this language very well when I was in Libya. Mudi Kabir. Unmute yourself. Good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us. Are you there? Okay. Maybe he was just listening to Ross before he went out. I don't know. Let us just switch to Hardnot. Hardnot, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Hardnot, are you there? Okay. Let's go to Prof. Daddy. I don't know what happened to Hadnot. Maybe he will be back. Prof. Daddy, it seems that you are.
Hello?
Yeah, it
Hello, are you
seems that I
hearing
am
me?
hearing background from you. You can off your YouTube.
Don't worry. See, I'm leaving the TV where it is.
All right,
You're
all
hearing
right.
me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just joining the program, and I'm glad the topic of your talk has to do with the amalgamation. Am I correct?
Yes, they are amalgamating, what the British amalgamated. Because we are talking about road to peace and progress. How can we make this thing work? How can we continue to live in peace that we have been living before?
Okay. To me, as I've looked at the situation of this nation, Nigeria, and how it's going, the probability of us living in peace is like 0%. That probability, the existence of that probability is under attack.
0%.
Yeah, it's under attack.
Not
That's the worst.
not even two. You are too brutal to this. So
Why are you saying I'm too brutal, sir?
not even 2%, not even 10%, 0%.
See, this thing is very clear. You see, I have said this thing. I said this thing on Simon Nepa's program. I said this thing on One Man Want to Move. And I think I also said it on Mr. Damages. Nigeria is like three bottles. Hmm? They use a rope to tie it. Hmm?
Mm.
The bottles will agitate, break the rope. Now, that same rope, broken rope, will be picked up, used to tie the bottles again. The bottles will agitate. They will still pick up that broken rope. And my brother, let me tell you, see that rope? It becomes number one, less in length, less in strength, less in longevity. My brother, there's a time it will come. Those bottles will have there will be nothing to tie it. That is
Mm.
what's going on in this country. You see, and the worst of all is simple. The people trying to tie the rope think they are thinking well. Why not find a way to harmonize these bottles to cooperate? They're not in that
Mm.
time. I remember last time on your show I spoke. I made it clear you that how can you bring out a book of the history of the country and you exclude Igbos? And you give a useless excuse that you're not
You
aware
did
of.
not approve it. You did
That
not approve it, and schools are using it.
And I told you one thing. My late mom worked in the Ministry of Education. I grew up seeing her bring books. Then I was seeing a lot of textbooks that weren't in school. And they'll say, okay, they'll review it and they'll come up with one. So them saying that it is so that's in short, I don't know what word to use, but I don't see it existing. And this is not a matter of prayers. Because the people they don't want the existence.
Mm-hmm.
Any small thing, like one of the guy that just spoke is that Mighty Dot. He mentioned something that there's an economy jihad. Every time Igbo guys shop in Lagos are being burnt. Every time they're driving us away. What do you want us to do? Well, it's clear we're not needed. I attended a unity school. And even at that unity school, I observed that. In short, it was from that unity school I started observing some things. Well, they just don't want us. And the country, I keep saying it, they are not thinking well. I remember on one of your programs, there's something somebody said. And then Nnamdi Kanu also said that when there was First World War, yeah, Germany was the arrowhead against the other people. Okay, after the war, they started demanding. I may not just mind my terms. I know I may not be correct technically in what I'm saying, but one thing I remember, the French started demanding a kind of fee from Germany, like either to compensate for the loss of funds used in the war. What happened? The same Germany they fought the Second World War. After the Second World War, what happened? These countries came and said that and found out that going to hit Germany by pounding will not help matters. Hitting Japan, it won't help matters. Now, in the G8, is Germany not a member? Is Japan not a member? That is a way of progress. One of the biggest errors Nigeria made was, you see, after that civil war, they should have done something better. The so kind Yakuba Gowon, he brought out the 3 R's, is that reconciliation, recovery, and whatever. Nothing was done. After the war, the sweat of the Igbos, the money in the bank, you just give them £20. And you think it will be well. It won't be well with you. It will not be well. So I don't think us coming together. And again, we all know in 2014, what was that conference? The national something conference that took place.
Yeah, that Jonathan conducted.
Let's see if there will be a way forward. Because the so-called Britain that amalgamated Nigeria in 1914, put it on a test run. Let's see after 100 years if this thing will move forward. And after that, the results of it was not worked upon. And that in that conference, it was made clear that things are going haywire. Things are going haywire. So it is very clear we should, the amalgamation, whatever it be, but what I know that's needed is separation. Everybody go their own way. Igbos or people go their own way. Yorubas go their own way. Or whatever. One thing is clear: the Nigerian government, I know very well. I don't care what people say. They don't want the Igbos to leave because no matter how you see, the Igbos are a backbone. I don't care whatever anybody says. Now, your Igbos are a backbone, and they don't want us to go. Now, instead of them to think well and see how you treat these guys well, they don't want to treat well. In the army, how can this country is just messing themselves? How can in a barrack sometimes you bring out Igbo soldiers and start punishing them? Now they can't mention that, and I know it happens. How can we all know what happened sometime last year? The JAMB result. There was a kind of a way they failed the people from the 5 Igbo states. They said it's a glitch. These things keep happening on and on and on and on. I just don't know what the nation. The thing there is that Nigerians have failed to tell themselves the truth, and I keep telling people. I found out in this life, I may not be correct, but there are 3 things I found out that are very powerful. God, number 1. Number 2 is truth. Number 3 is the law of reaping and sowing. These 3 things I mentioned are very powerful. You see, truth. There's a statement that says the truth is only delayed, it's not denied. No matter how you try to delay it, deny it, it will always come out. It's just like this late Buhari. Right. I've said it on your show. The man died. So it's just a pity that, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see us going forward. The possibility is there, but it's slim. And that's why people are fighting against it. Thank you.
All right. Okay, before we go to King, Modi Kabiru, I was calling you before. I don't know if your device had a problem, but I can see you are back now. Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Mudi Kabiru. Are you the big boss?
My brother, you know, say if you enter Libya, you go get name.
I can relate.
Ay, Ali
All
Mudika.
right. Where are you joining us from? In Morocco or in Libya?
I told you before. I cannot
Okay.
tell you that.
Okay. Yeah, I
Because
remember. I remember.
everything is for security reason, man. No need to
Yeah,
mention your man. No need to, you know, mention. All we need is just the word. The truth
no
is the
problem.
word. That's it. Yeah, actually, just keep me standby. You know, I'm just listening because it's not about what you say; it's the wisdom that you give out right there. So I'm just listening. So keep me pending. So after you call me before you go off.
All right. Thank you. King, you can unmute yourself. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if King is still with us. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can bring in Chibuzo. Chibuzo, you can unmute yourself.
I'm my since na Adam on. Day one. Good evening, sirs. I
Good
greet
evening,
the
my bro.
house.
It's state by state according to the time someone entered. So
Yeah. You know, I've been hearing
Oh,
you people. You know, every time I'm so happy that people are coming together. What I'm seeing the program here, we have to push it further. Let it get head, make it get head.
Yep.
You know, and Nigeria will not be difficult for the world to divide it because I don't know if it's in the shoji black people their own are different to divide. Arab divide in peaceful. In peace, they share their country, everybody going on, and now one going on. Westerner, the same thing, they share, they go separate in peace. But I patana can this yoji otua. Ndị Fulani ekwechi na-akọ nọnsensị a ọ ya bịa na-emekwa mana Chad ka ebe dị ka ọda Sudan ebe dị na-egbuchichi ha ụmụnne ha na gịnị mekwara. So abịanwụ nke Biafra, the one in Biafra I'm talking about, you know that we are in
can
212
you speak English?
Yeah, I'm coming back. Coming to the English, my brother. You know,
So that I
you're
can
here in Africa
so
here.
that so
And you
that
know that you said that you
me
are
and
being
the
Libya.
viewers can understand you now. Are you not talking to us?
Okay, hello, am I coming out?
Yeah. We just want you to
Hello?
talk English. Yeah.
Network.
We can hear you.
Hello, am I coming out? Okay.
Yes, you are.
So what I'm saying is, in essence, is that to divide Nigeria so it should not be a problem to us. This is what they're supposed to do, normal thing. Many countries, Western are dividing peaceful. Arab nation are dividing peaceful. Even Arab here that we are here, Libya, Algeria, Morocco, they divide in peaceful. They were together before. Three of them, Arab, Morocco, Algeria, Libya. They are one country before. Their name was Maghrib Arabi. Nothing like Algeria, nothing like Libya, nothing like Algeria, Morocco. Their name was Maghrib Arabi. You understand now? So before they come and divide now, everybody go and answer in Papa name. They get to Algeria now, get Morocco, get Libya. Why is it that in Nigeria own, everything will be as if it's so hard for us? People are dying. People are looking. I'm seeing people are show a lot complaining that the people are saying that the Christian genocide is just a rumor, it's a lie. Look at what he's saying. What is happening on his own broadcast, or he's saying that it's a lie. So that you become a president of Nigeria. After becoming a president of Nigeria, you hand the government back over to the Fulani. They continue to kill people. Likewise, people supporting Obi, Peter Obi. If after Obi 80 years or 10 years, who will be handle it again? The same Fulani. What is the way are we going? Are we going front or are we going back? Let's share Nigeria, everybody. Let's stop complaining, my dear. Let's wasting life in Nigeria. Let's stop wasting life. We share Nigeria. Other people are sharing their own country in peace. Morocco, here I am. I don't hide myself. I know that they can't get me. You go find Chibuzo. I'm not the only Chibuzo here. You cannot get my address. You understand now?
Oh my
So
goodness.
wherever
All
they
right.
want to, Chibuzo, let them come and find Chibuzo. Let's divide Nigeria and go. I'm in Morocco 12 years. I've seen their history. I watch it in their television. Huh?
This is the message, you know. I am saying that peace and progress is still possible in every territory in Africa, but we need to just undo what the Britain did so many years ago, you know, by by bringing partitioning to stay. We have to embrace this. We have to talk to people. We must continue to repeat it. We must tell people reasons why they should do that. This is not by crisis. This is not by, but people will learn in a hard way that this message is real. What do I mean by that? I was telling the other brother that, you see, the Kwara massacre that took place day before yesterday, a family lost so many people, just a family lost so many people. So that kind of family, if you come to tell them that, do you want to be in your own country so that these people will stop disturbing you? I think the person will say, yes, I beg, that is what I want. You understand? So I believe with time, a lot of people will come. You know, before, if you talk about separation of Nigeria, it's like they want to look for you and just shoot you dead. But now, everybody is coming to their senses and understanding what is going on. So don't worry, Mr. Chibuzo. I believe with time, people will come to understand that, you know, it's not evil. According to you, everything about, I'm sorry to use this word again, anything about black man is always difficult. Why? Yugoslavia here, the way they divided it was peaceful. Indian, Pakistan, the way, look at Sudan, the way, before they were able to divide Sudan, it was with blood, fight, everything.
You can imagine.
Why is it everything about, yes, everything about Africa, we can't use our brain, and let peace take place, let peace reign. Just allow people to go. Anyway.
I also wanted to make an observation, because some of those nations that Chibuzo mentioned, Libya, Morocco, Algeria, these guys all have the same ideology. You know, they're all Muslim nations. So it's easier for them to be able to come to that kind of conclusion when they all believe in the same thing. You know, they all have the same Sharia and advocate for the same thing. So that's why it's a lot different. With Nigeria is an ethnic it's like an ethnic hotbed. All right, we have multiple ethnicities that are just they vary. While when you talk about Libya and Algeria and Morocco, they're kind of similar. You know, these are Arab. Yes, they are African, but they're like Arab African. They look the same. You know, they are similar, but in our case, yes, we might look the same, but our cultures and values are very, very different. And we have our own African spirituality or African religions. The Shekiri have their own, the Ijo have their own, the Gala have their own, the Efik have theirs, Yoruba have theirs, Igbo have theirs. These are all conflicting religious ideologies. So that's why it's a lot more difficult for us to be able to come to a similar outcome like these Arab people. Just wanted to point that out.
It's a lie.
That is right.
I don't believe that.
Okay, what is your own concept? What is your disagreement? Tell us.
Before this time, back in the 60s, you can remember that we have three regional, the eastern, in the west, and
three regional autonomy, yeah.
Exactly. So, and they were doing very fine. You can remember that,
not exactly, sir.
Right. That's questionable.
When you remember that, right? I want us to also know this. Anytime you start saying Ishekiri, Jaws, you are just helping the Fulanis. Remember that. Don't help them. Everybody in the East is called Easterners. I was in Jaws. I was in Medjugorje. All they call me is Nyamiri, irrespective that I'm from, Port Harcourt.
You don't speak
They
the
don't
same
care.
language.
They
You
say
don't
you are
believe in the
Nyamiri.
same things.
If I'm from Calabar, they will say you are a Nyamiri. So based on that, let the Easterners to be Easterners. Before when they gather together, then in the other way around, if we are together, we can do better. I don't like people trying to begin to mention the Niger Delta, Idos or Igbos. All of them are called Igbos. You don't know
And
Igbo.
that is why today some people will
If
tell
you
you that
defend yourself, they will kill you easily. If
calm
you say
down
I'm a
now,
job, they will take you easily. But
calm
when
down.
northern people say northerners, they use it to confuse us. Then
All
if
right,
you can't do
all right,
northerners, you can do the middle belt and
uh,
not northerners. But
all
you
right,
know what I mean? Yeah.
all right. No matter how you say Northern, we know the thieves, we know the Hausas, we know the Fulanis, we know so many of them. You understand? What our brother is trying to say is that despite these people are Northern, these people are Southern, different ideology exists. You understand? Different ideologies exist. And me, as you see me, I am very, this thing they call democracy, I like it, but not this kind of democracy most of African countries practice. This is what it means. I was telling someone today, if, for example, they said Nigeria should divide, I don't care if they said Nigeria should even divide into 30. I don't care if, for example, what is it called? Above Benin Kingdom have their own country. I don't care if Aba will say they will have their own country from Onitsha. I don't even care. What I want is a territorial integrity, sovereignty, where people can defend themselves. You understand? Like the Middle Belt, they can never join, the Northerners. They would like to have their own because those places have been facing extinction. Like those places are Christian majority area. They would like to have their own so that they can have power to defend themselves. So that is what I believe. But I also understand your own point that if you are not saying Southerners, they will think that you are a minority or this. Everybody knows about all these things. Whether you say Northerner or Southerner, we knows everything. So there is no need to say you want to help anybody because they knows it as well. Okay.
You're right, but the truth is this. I want to say it again. I liked when I was listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I heard him say, we can, be together like a bunch of a broom, but when we come out from this mess, then we can go our separate ways. The real thing is for us to come out from the hand of these people. Come on, man. These guys are holding us. Look at what is going on. The biggest problem in Nigeria is the Yorubas. So that's why I love people like Okocha, coming out, into the media to help them.
But why do you not think that you are your own problem before thinking about others?
Okay, like like what you said. The reason why I said our biggest problem is these people that I mentioned, because they are in the media. They are the ones giving information what is going on and what is not going on. That is the reason why Mazina they kind of say we the Easterners have to be into the media so that we can correct and control the narratives. So right now, that's why I said I am so glad like people like somebody like you coming out helping us in a media section, because whatever we say, somebody is listening to us. So it's true that, that these guys already hijacked the power. If they say that this massacre that is going on in Kwara, if the media started hitting on them, the whole Yoruba started talking about it, these people will stop. But, they have, because they want to be the president. That's the problem. Is it being the president that can help us? No. Divide this country. Oh, man, I'm so angry about it.
Divide the country.
All right. Modi Kabir.
I don't need to be talking to somebody that doesn't like me.
Modi Kabir.
I can never wear knicker and go to, Bauchi and walk around for free. You know that now. Divide this country, man.
Okay, you're very angry.
All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. I just want to know whether King is with us.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I've been calling you before. So that,
yeah, sorry. I tried to unmute myself. That's why it was like touching and going out.
All right. We are talking about consistent and repetition of the truth and reality that will bring us peace and progress, which is to bring partition into the amalgamation that Great Britain did to us. We are saying, how do we consistently be doing it? Because I understand that this is not all about emotion. This is not all about crisis. It's all about influencing people and telling people the truth.
Yeah. Pastor, thank you so much. Why I like watching your program, because if you notice, every time you start any program, the first thing you will do, you will mention the date and the time. Because when you go to YouTube, there's a lot of people, old videos, new videos. People are misled through some informations on this media space, But your program is super. I appreciate you for that. So from your question and what the other guy, that's one guy that says something. I think his name started with P. He said road to peace is 0%. For me, road to peace is 0.0% in Nigeria this time, because if you carefully observe what happened in the last 72 hours, like example, the Kwara issue, from the account of the village head, you will see that there's an agenda. There's an agenda. We don't even need England again. We don't need anybody to tell us. Even the market women on the street of Nigeria now knows there's a agenda going on. And the whole agenda lies in the foundation of this agenda is lies. They are not telling the truth. Like today, I nearly cried today because for Kwara, about 200 people died. Not that they died of a natural cause or they died of accident or something like that. People came into their peaceful space, started killing them. And they started doing this from the village head, he said, about 5 p.m. So till the next day. So they spent like 10 hours or 11 hours there. And when they're doing this, they stopped, they prayed and started again. And today, as we are talking today, try to enlighten people, like you said, try to convince people, to educate people on what is going on in Nigeria. The first minister is 9 of his children are getting married today. And guess what? Do you know the people that are there? All those politicians, even Tinubu was there. But 200 lives, children, women, elderly people were slaughtered like ram. He wasn't there. The governor need to go to Aso Rock and meet him. And up till now, no arrest, Nothing has been done. So there's no road to peace here, Marcel. There's no road to peace. As I'm talking to you, my heart bleeds. Then you see, another thing, we keep on calling England, 1914, whatever. Those people living in that space, are they not? Is there nothing in their score? They don't have brain. You see, then coming back to that goes back to what the guy on yellow said, that those people in Arab, they share the same value. So it's easy for them to know their stand and know where they can face and where their problem is coming. But in the sense that we come into a black man space, the only thing we need is empathy and compassion, just to live. To understand that we as spirituality, not religion, because we have to preserve life, even the trees. So all these deaths, all this blood is enough for us to say enough is enough. We are human. Normally, how the black people, human beings behave. Before now, white people have been fighting each other, killing each other. Go and read their history. It's all about wars, killing. But today, they are living in peace to an extent. Why can't we, the black people, live in peace? So there will be no peace in Nigeria if there's no justice. And the road to peace in Nigeria is 0.0%. It's not going to work. But it's another one now. It's unfortunate that this set of politicians we have now came and destroyed the peace completely. Even the injustice we are trying to manage before, they now made it like nothing is going to happen. You can do whatever you want to do. The people, I don't know if they bewitch Nigerians. You see, at the House of Assembly, look at what Ababio said, as if he's talking to animals. That there will be no transmission or whatever, election. And nobody cares. That thing could have struck the whole Nigeria today, could have been fire. Coupled with this killing in Kwara State, nobody said anything. Then, there's something that village head said, and Nigerians are ignoring that thing.
Which village head?
The man said when the attack was going on,
okay,
helicopter was hovering around that place. They now, that helicopter, when they saw it, they were thinking that this is at the military, they are coming to help. But that thing, it didn't do anything after like 10 hours. And another thing, the man said, when those people wrote them a letter, that he went to the next kingdom and told the Emirates there. And in the account, they said, it's like there's an in-house informant. So what happened? Nobody's paying attention to the next emirate. What happened there? So and these people wrote them letter, they are coming to preach them. Nobody's talking about what they came to preach to them and how if they refuse it or what bring out about these killings. And they said these people are becoming around. And see, so my own is that Nigeria is gone. Even the partitioning now, I don't know how they are going to partition it now because people are scared. There will be no trust. The only thing Nigeria will give trust now if the Fulanis will leave Nigeria. I don't know how they are going to do it, but you can see, like what you normally tell us here in your program, they've used all the strategy, infiltration, politics, all of them, all these lies, they've gone in. They are now inside. Nobody, you see, the president, even his hands are tied. If we can remember, Tinubu said, where are the cows? So there's an arrangement. Tinubu is not telling people. Even the Yorubas, they are not telling them the truth.
It's all right.
You see, so Nigeria, I don't think Nigeria is going to get better anymore. You know,
right.
You see, and there's no peace coming there if there will not be judgment, justice. So we need to take away England in this thing. But I have one message to all these people that are pushing Sharia in Nigeria. whenever I pick up Sudanese news or pick what is happening in Sudanese, you see all those two Arab people, that all those two generals that are fighting, they are Arabs. And when you look at the people that are suffering, they are black people. So if they are now in Nigeria now fighting for Sharia for Arab, this is Arab religion. When they bring it, those Arab will treat them like shit. That's what I'm going to give them. So they should buckle themselves up. They are not going to take it from Arab. This is Arab religion. So they should stop killing their own people. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay. Before we go to Green Patrick, Patriot, I'm seeing PATRO only. I want to ask Mighty Dot. I don't know if we have bring you in before. I don't know. I just forget.
You mean me? Yeah, I already spoke.
Okay. That is what I want to know.
Yeah, and also, my brother, there's something somebody said. Let me say this real quick. So that means that 2014, I'm a confirm. So basically, that was when Nigeria expired, the 100 years. So that confirm actually, maybe I think they were trying to see if Nigeria can progress, move forward, or if there could be division. But again, they manipulated it and buried it.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that, I don't know, can you confirm if this rumor is true, that Riley Moore, the US congressman, that he showed a written letter of the amalgamation. Is that true?
But Randy Moore cannot do anything apart from Trump. No.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to see that this thing is correct. Because anything that has to do with the division of Nigeria, that 100 years amalgamation needs to come in play. So I think we're heading in the right direction. Thank you, my brother.
All right. Okay, let's go to Green Patrick, Patriot.
Mr. Okocha, which day will you learn to pronounce Patriot well?
No, you know, I'm not seeing the full this thing. I'm seeing PATRI only, so I don't know whether it's Patrick, Patriot, or any other word there. So I'm just seeing Green Patrick.
Well, I am a Green Patriot because I am Nigerian, and I have heard many people say, complain about the situation, rightly so. So the issue now is not the complaint. The solution is dividing this country. But how do we divide the country? The people we have there, the only way I see we doing it ourselves is if the people we have there agree for a discussion. Like the referendum that was proposed like over a decade ago. But the people we have there now, the governors, the senators, the president, are not people who are interested in seeing a better Nigeria. They want the country to look good for their own image. And if the country is good for their own image, because of their greedy nature, it will not be a country that benefits average Nigerians. So how do we achieve this division now? A lot of people, especially in Southeast, they don't want to participate in election. If you don't participate in election, the people who are interested in that power, they will grab it, steal it, snatch it, run away with it. So why not we find a way to get good people into that position, people we can reason with, and those people, help us to get the division we are looking for. These people in this north I am staying, they don't think like us. We are not one people. Okocha, can you imagine, when you are an old man and your grandchildren want to get married, you have one of your grandchild give birth to 30 grandchildren, and 9 of them are getting married the same way. What kind of behavior is this? You are the Minister for State Defense and you have time to be doing wedding while 160-something people were eliminated in one community, minus the one in Katsina, the one in Zamfara. I think those are the 3 states, right, that were attacked, aside in Kwara.
Yeah.
So he had time to be attending wedding. These are not people we reason with. We don't have the same thinking. Someone who did not even go to school to anywhere, he gave birth to 30 children, 9 of them marry. What kind of logic is? How do you have time to love all 30 of them? So these people are not the same with us. How do we divide?
Yeah. So let me come in with what you said about the issue of agitation, both Oduduwa Republic,
Yes.
the Biafrans, and so on and so forth. What you said is 100% correct. I understand that agitation without political power, having the political power and the political structure of the area, the territorial area you're agitating for, it's like if you wanted to achieve the agitation for 50 years, it would be 100 years.
Yes.
Why? Because the people are divided into two. If you have been with us from the beginning of the program, one of our brother here was asking us question, why can't everybody just join this? You understand? I was trying to tell him that no, they can't, because the politicians have half of the people, you have half of the people.
Yes, I was.
So half of the people will be calling you stupid. You don't know what you are doing. Then you will also be looking at them like people who don't know the solution.
Good.
You understand? So what you said is absolutely correct. And what scared people, I understand that what scared people away from Nigerian politics was because of transparency. No transparency in the elections. That they feel that if we now go and say, let us go and get the power, let us go and get the power, our vote will not still be counted. They will shame us and they will say, you are participating for election, you are still agitating. So there is a mentality gap there. The mentality gap there is that people who are participating in the election, they don't still want Nigeria to be one. Most of these people you see killing people, they infiltrated the government, they campaign for election, they are using state money to sponsor them.
Yes.
They don't believe in one Nigeria, they believe in a Sharia Nigeria.
Yes.
So nobody, it's only, let me say, 5% of people who are genuinely doing politics in Nigeria with the mind of let us serve the country. Others don't want to serve the country. Nobody wants to serve this country. They are doing things they want to do. They have ulterior motive. Who owns the helicopter that went to kidnap Catholic school children? Who called the military to live there before they kidnapped them? This is what people should know. Okay, nobody is even coming to make Nigeria one. No, these people want Nigeria to remain like this, for them to just bring this Sharia kidnap. Imagine they are still killing. They killed in Enugu, the helicopter was there. They kidnapped Catholic school children, the helicopter was there. They dropped weapon in Kwara before, the helicopter was there. They did massacre day before yesterday, the helicopter was there. Who owns this helicopter flying around Nigeria? People should understand that. Look at these people in power, they mean business of Islamization. They mean business. So I always counter the mentality of people who are saying that, like me, I don't believe the solution to make this country great again lies in the politics. So, but if you tell me, if people can get to the power to advocate for referendum, because referendum is democratic, is peaceful, is genuine cause, is what every democracy in the world should have. Because that is what makes democracy democracy. Your ability to decide to be and not to be. Your ability to say, no, I am done with this, I want to go, and you can go in peace. That is what makes democracy beautiful. But what we see today in Africa countries, that is not democracy. Democracy was not meant for Africa people, I swear. So what you are saying is absolutely correct, that especially it must not be president like me. Anything about presidency, there are people that decide it in Nigeria. I know about that. Okay? There are people that decide who be. If you like, do what they will have their way, because there is a very big problem about that. Anyway, it's only God that know what can happen. Things can change. But I don't believe till tomorrow that an angel can come and make Nigeria better. There is that system, people wanting to Islamize Nigeria. So that system with different ideology, it will never work again. So if you tell me that, like legislatures, you hold your own constituents, like your people, hold their ransom, try to grab the power according to Tinubu. He said they don't dash people power. Try to grab it. And imagine everybody in Southeast believe in this ideology that it is good for them to separate. Everybody in the House of Rep or Senate. By now, it could have been in another level. So I get what you are saying very well. So if you can throw more light on it for people again, I think it will be a welcome development.
Well, since last year, although now it is currently on pause, but let us hope and see how it goes. But since last year, I and some people have been working on the kind of a polling unit marshal. You know, we will take it national very soon for everybody at their polling unit to be able to capture what is going on ground. Because you see, when Obi challenged the last election in court, it was as if he did not have enough evidence. I am not saying that you posting your polling unit election on the internet is going to help, is going to stop somebody from rigging. No, people who want to rig the election, they have already rigged it now. It has already been rigged. They are just waiting for time to reach so they will announce results. When we gather evidence, polling unit by polling unit, we start gathering evidence. You know, we don't make this thing easy for these people. The main idea is we at the polling unit, we are able to capture how it goes. Polling, there are around 100,000 polling units. Delta alone has about 5,000. Although it will be increasing now, I don't know. Now, if we are able to put people there, we are able to get good leaders there in Nigeria now. I can only think of Natasha and Oti in Abia. So I can only think of two of them as leaders. The rest are just like people who reach their way through. So if we can get people like that, then democracy can flourish. We can now start demanding that we don't want to stay with people who think it is okay to give birth to 30 children, who think it is okay for them to occupy position of, security, national security, while they have never been, allowed to hold a gun in their life or even attend a university. So we need to be able to put ourselves in politics. The idea of some people saying politics is a dirty game, I don't want to be part of it. Remember that these people are making decisions for your life.
I know, but that one did not remove it that it's not a dirty game. I understand what you are saying, but it's a dirty game.
It is a dirty game. That is why you should be there to help sweep it. Do you want the bacteria from the dirty game to get into your house and infect you? That is why we have to be there. We with clean mind, we have to be there to help sweep it. Clean it to an extent.
What you are saying, What you are saying, people must prepare to die. According to Rotimi Amechi, part of the people that cause this problem. He said, you can't win the system unless the system knows that you are ready to die. How many people are ready to die? See, do you know that for Oti to be president, the INEC candidate was ready to die?
Yes, governor.
How many people are ready to die? We call end bad governance protests last 2 years here. How many people turn up? Well, I don't want to leverage on discouraging people about it, but I'm just trying to let people know that you must be ready to sacrifice even your life for people to see you, because these people are not ready to release power.
No.
Like, they are not ready. Like, they are ready to kill you, eliminate you just for them to have their political power. They don't care. So that is why you will look people around. Is it people they will give money? I mean 100 million. I mean 10 million. Can you influence them? Don't forget that they weaponize poverty. But I am not trying to demoralize people with these statements. Just that I'm trying to bring the reality to play. So, the only thing you can tell people is not even who becomes this, who becomes that. Let them just hold their constituency.
Just your
make sure that someone who is going to represent you is someone who is going to go there to tell them what you need, that you don't want to be part of Nigeria again. Anybody that don't want to go there to say that this is what my people want, they don't want to be here, the person should not go there. But what of after sending them, like what they did to Labour Party people, okay, that won the election with the influence of P2B, they got there, they defected to APC.
My brother, this one is difficult too.
I just wanted to interject. Like, so that's
Okay.
it's a very good idea what Green Patriot was suggesting. But in a situation where you got the Senate rejecting an electronic transmission of election results, then you already see that they are anti anything that can hold them accountable. You know.
Yes.
So what they're going to do is, if you think that we're going to be able to have people just documenting, these guys have thugs. They have people that will cause disruption. It's not going to be safe. And you know, you hear what Okocha said. You have to be willing to die for it. So are you willing to be in a place where they are doing an election, but there's thugs that are snatching phones or like robbing people or basically infringing on people's rights and threatening people's lives? Are you willing to be there in the option of documenting what's going on? Are you willing to risk your life like that? Are you willing to put
But,
yourself at stake in that situation? Because they will sabotage every plan that we have. These
mm.
people have a lot of funds. They have a lot of life-changing funds that will make people compromise. You understand? So what do you think about that?
You know, I live in Kaduna. I am currently in Kaduna. All this doggery stuff in elections, to be honest, I have little knowledge of these things. Because where I live, where I vote, you cannot come and be a dog there. You will be severely dealt with before you even come down from the pickup that brought you.
Right.
So in my place, I am very sure that such a thing cannot happen. And during the elections, there is police and soldier van. It's always moving. It moves like every 7 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. It's always moving. And the people there, there are always guys around there. We
My
just
brother,
gather around.
are you trusting that the police and the soldiers are not compromised? Are you trusting that they're going to protect
Hmm.
that's what we're
This one
saying. We're
now,
saying that there are people that have life-changing funds. He said poverty was weaponized. Do you know how much a military personnel is paid in Nigeria? He get paid less than $100. All right. So if you tell that person, yo, I have $10,000 for you cash. Do you think that that's too much money for them? They
this one
You,
weaponize
now.
poverty to be able
I
to
I
had
control
am, I
experience.
citizens.
am, I am just describing here. I am not prescribing how it is going to be. I am just describing how it
Yeah,
has
yeah,
been
yeah.
for some time now. That is what I am saying. So
Right.
I don't know how it's going to be, but one thing I know is anywhere such things happen, where election is disrupted, I think they usually cancel that polling unit. I think if evidence is shown that there was disruption in such polling units, the results there are usually those places where they snatch ballot box and things like that.
That is
The
what
main
they are supposed to do, but they
Right.
don't
But
do it.
that's not what happens.
For example, in Port Harcourt, even BBC had to report that they altered Port Harcourt result. BBC, for you to know how grievous the Port Harcourt own was. It was so clear they have written the result, Peter being one, Labour Party won. But Mwike said no. Yeah, he had an agreement with him. They have to start rewriting result, cancel result. This one is not hidden. I still have some of the picture. They just change everything. After changing everything, they shot 2 people dead, like the returning officers who were resisting it. It was police that literally rigged the election.
Right.
They were paid. So they did everything and they announced the results that they said go to court. If you are not pleased, go to court.
Okay, you two have countered me, and at this point, I don't even know what to say. So, which option
No,
do we have left? Are we waiting
no.
for America to
The
come
truth
back?
is that I don't like giving up. Okay,
That is
I don't like giving up, but I like to say the truth. Like I was telling someone that internet is dangerous. So
yes.
anything I'm saying here, people will bring it out for me tomorrow. So that is why in any situation, I like to say the truth, no matter the side it will go. So that tomorrow, if they bring it, I say, yes, that is what I said. So that is just the reason I'm trying to tell you the whole reality about these things. I started participating in election in 2007, started voting, campaigning, supporting people 2007. And I've seen everything about Nigerian election. No, so difficult for you to produce someone you want.
I am still of the opinion that we capture. Anyway, we are still, we maybe in the next 2 months or so, we will
Bro,
go
you
on
see,
Facebook.
sorry to cut you off. You see, Adam Soshomole, he got caught red-handed with a female on a private jet, and he said it's AI. Bro, you think that if you make a recording saying that this is happening, they're gonna say it's AI, bro.
Mary.
Come on, bro.
Please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Good evening, Mr. Okocha. I'm happy also to be here tonight. I'm at work, so my colleague called me that you're online, so I had to rush in and.
Okay. I remembered. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. So how is it?
It's fine. We thank God.
How many lives do you save today?
We thank God for life.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say, how many lives do you save today?
Well, I will not say how many lives I save, because anybody that's alive is supposed to thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a calling. No, don't forget that you working in the hospital is a calling. You're expected to save people. Yeah, even though they will return the glory to God. Yes. And thank you. If you didn't do your work and someone died, God will hold you responsible.
Yes, that's what I mean. That God is the number one.
All right.
Before any other thing. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So we were discussing. We've discussed a lot of things like road to progress, road to prosperity. Like, we don't want to see each other as enemies. We don't want to see each other like, these people are not my religion, they are infidels. If I preach to them, they did not agree, we'll behead them and kill them and pray to God. Like, for this thing to stop once and for all, because it's not stopping soon. We are talking about road to progress, how we can continue to preach to people, let them understand the truth. We need peaceful separation, so that everybody could be confined to their own place before they will, induct this on everyone with gun and bullet. So we discussed a lot of things where our brother here, a Green Patriot, also said that what if people can go back to their constituencies and fight for people who represent you in House of Rep and all those things, so that they can actually go and fight for referendum. So I was also telling him that, look at, that is correct, but how do you trust these politicians? Just look at what happened during 2023 election. They defected to APC back because what money cannot do does not exist. They gave them 250 million only to defect to APC, and they did. Forgetting the ideology, they suffered, that the masses suffered for them. Like, I was somewhere calling people, where is your polling unit? They will tell me it's Delta State, but they don't have money to go. I pay their transport just to go and vote, one vote. This one, where are you? I'm in Porto, but my polling unit is in Enugu. Go to Enugu, go there, take transport, go. This was what we did in 2023. Like, we fought hard. Everybody did it individually. Like, this was not politicians. Collectively, we did it. But at the end, well, this has been, summary of our discussion so far. What do you think about all these things?
Okay, thank you for the privilege you have given me. From the medical point of view, let me just use a brief analysis. If I go to hospital and I tell a doctor, these are the symptoms I'm having.
Okay.
And the doctor refused to conduct test for me, laboratory test. And treat me according to the symptoms that I manifest. There is every possibility that that sickness will resurface again. The microorganism may even develop resistance if you give me some medication against the symptoms I'm having. So if they develop resistance, it becomes a problem for me to survive that sickness. That is the situation with Nigeria at the moment. Our problem is foundational. And if you don't uproot it from the foundation, it will not be solved. when you build a house and the foundation is not solid, it develops cracks everywhere. You say, let's manage it, let's patch it. You need to patch the wall, the crack wall, and need to roof it. The people living inside the house will not be confident enough. They will be afraid that if heavy rain falls or if anything happens, the house can collapse at any moment.
That is right.
But because the foundation was bad. So the best thing is to demolish the house and rebuild it. So that's the situation of Nigeria. Let's just forget about sentiment. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Immediately Nigeria was amalgamated. That was the beginning of Nigeria. That's the beginning of Nigeria. Nigeria has never been the same up to this moment. My brother, the Green Patriot, he made an innocent comment. But let's just tell ourselves the truth. The electoral system in Nigeria is polluted. The electoral system in Nigeria is polluted, and no correction can be made about it. Because the judiciary is corrupt, the military is corrupt, the legislative is corrupt, so nobody can correct it. Those are the tripod of electoral system in Nigeria. If the judiciary cannot stand firm to the truth, then there's a problem. If the military cannot guarantee security during the election, there is a problem. Yeah. So it's foundational. Let's just tell ourselves the bitter truth.
How do we get out of this?
Well, we have been saying this, and you have been saying it as well. And it's like...
It's sinking gradually, but not fast. People are getting it, but not rapidly.
It's never rapid. The issue of separation, peaceful separation, let me use the word peaceful, separation of a country from the parent country is never a rapid process. It takes time. Now, the problem is, how long will it take? Will it take 10 years? Will it take 2 years? Will it take 6 months? Will it take 3 years? That's the question we should be asked. It's not a rapid. No, it's the length, the spectrum that we should be focusing on. And what are the processes in doing that? That's the question we should be asking ourselves. That's the question we should be asking ourselves.
That was the question that led to this brother saying that if we could send people to House of Reps, House of Senate to talk about the issue of referendum, of which I told him...
The problem is, I've mentioned it now, electoral system is highly polluted, that it can never be corrected. I've seen many of my friends that have died, that are working, polling agents or something like that. They died in the process.
That is right.
So Nigeria can never work in that aspect. In terms of election, it can never work. If a state governor in Imo State was fought in the position, and they elected him as the governor of Imo State.
Judiciary brought him to number one.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That judicial process is corrupt, and they made him number one from fourth position, and everybody is embracing it as if nothing happens. We are calling him our governor as if nothing happens, and it's a corrupt process. Then there is a problem. It can never be solved. It can never be solved. The religious system is corrupt. The Christian body and I'm not a Muslim. I don't know how corrupt their own system is. The Christian body is highly corrupt as well. It's highly corrupt as well. So the best thing is just that separation. And how will the separation come? It cannot come by election, by voting out bad people and bringing in good people. It doesn't work in Nigeria. It can never work. It can never work. So the best solution, let me make a reference. Nnamdi Kanu was very consistent in telling the truth. And that's why people from the eastern region are fighting for him, even if it means for them to die, because he has told them the truth and they have seen the truth manifest. Consistency in saying the truth is the solution to it. And thank God, because of this social media era we are now, the truth is being propagated and the world is hearing it. And the world is the situations are being discussed in the international bodies. That's the way forward. If we look at it now, the Western world are even propagating it more than even the indigenous Nigerians.
That is right.
What is going on in the country? Because they have received information and they have sent delegates to witness what is going on because of social media. So that's the only thing. Because let me be honest. Social media is not compatible with Islam. It's not. And Islam is not compatible with democracy.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. Whether we like it or not, Islam is not.
Muhammad never learned about the internet.
All right. Islam is not compatible with democracy. So integrating the system in the country will never ever work. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I have a lot of Muslim friends that they feel caged and they cannot talk. The reason why this I will not call riot, protest is going on in Iran because they have the same ideology. Majority of the population have the same ideology. They want to return back to their normal states because Iran wasn't initially an Islamic state.
Muslim, right?
They want to return back to their state and have their freedom. They want to experience that freedom. So the consistency in the media is number one. Every other thing follows. The bureaucratic aspect of it, the diplomatic aspect of it will follow. But consistency in telling the truth, in propagating the truth, is the solution to it. But depending on Nigerians to solve the problem of Nigerians, it will never work. It will never ever work. So let me allow other people to talk. If I have other points, I'll let you know, sir.
It is well, yes, because I'm sorry to say this. I'm scared the way these people are on rampage. Like only today, they went to Benue market, they raided the market, killed 13 people. Today, I'm telling you, they went to Castina, they went to Yobe, everywhere. The place they killed 173 people. The villagers are raising an alarm that terrorists are still around there. Like these people, though I'm not surprised, but I'm just that scared of people who do not understand what is going on. I'm not surprised because there was a plan.
Yes. You mentioned the word. You mentioned two important words: peace and progress.
Yeah.
Peace and progress cannot exist in a state that doesn't have similar ideology.
That is right.
Similar value system. The reason why Saudi Arabia is experiencing peace is because of it's an Islamic state.
Yeah.
The reason why other Islamic states are functioning very well is because they are Islamic states, Qatar, UAE. So if you go to the country, you hardly find any Christian church there. I don't think whether it exists according to their law. And you have to follow it. I have friends that live there. They only worship in their rooms. That is the law of the land. And there is peace there.
Of course.
You want peace to exist in Nigeria, let everybody stay on his own. There is no peace and progress when two ideologies are clashing. It will never happen.
Yeah.
The best solution is to propagate the truth. Make sure it's the truth. Like what you're saying now. All your videos are very, very important. It's very, very educative. If somebody is consistent in telling the truth, and instead of putting the blame on AI and all those things, saying the truth and let the truth go, then there's a solution to it. Because the Nigerian government cannot solve the problem. Nigeria is a failed state because the military is overwhelmed. The military is infiltrated. It's now a failed state because the security system in Nigeria has overwhelmed the president himself. Like what I told you in the last session that I had with you, I told you that Tinubu is highly confused. He is highly confused because he is now signing multiple agreements with countries because he doesn't know what to do. He's dancing to everybody's tune. He went to Turkey because Gumi suggested for it. In order to please them, he went to Turkey and bargained with them. has had agreement with France. He has had agreement with USA. Any country they suggest is just to dance around, just to please them in order to win his election next coming year. He's just dancing to everybody's tune politically. So the only thing we are holding on now, like what Nnamdi Kanu said, he said that he will destroy Nigeria. Because Nnamdi Kanu initially was propagating the gospel of Nigeria, that Nigeria must be a good country initially. But he later found that it wasn't working again. There is no hope in Nigeria. That's why he started propagating his gospel, that let his people separate in order to have peace, because they have contradicting value system. And he has been consistent. Part of his message is what kept this country like this, because people have known the truth. People's eyes have opened. They are now embracing the truth. So that is what is clashing against the Islamization system in Nigeria. That is what is clashing against it, because people have known the truth. Thank you, sir.
It is well. Thank you so much. We are even coming to the end of the program. Let me see if there is anyone that have not contributed here. Okay, let me go here to look for this name before I will start pronouncing what I don't know. Mr. Azoka.
Let me get off so more people can join. Okay.
Well, we were coming to the end of the program anyway.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to people that have not Mr. Azoka, good evening.
Mr. Happy. Sorry, I want to say something. If our leaders, like what we say in the national anthem, the former national anthem, the labors of our heroes past shall not be in vain, according to the national anthem. And our heroes made that clear statement that Nigeria is a geographical entity. Tafawa Balewa make his own statement that we are not identical. Then what are we doing here? We are deceiving ourselves. They have made the truth for us to understand. Even if we are living together, we are different. We are not compatible. They made it clear.
That is smart.
Yes. They made it very, very clear. And the session, I think there was a session I watched when Jonathan made that statement. He reminded the people, the attendees, of what those people said in the past, so that they will have a reflection of what they said. So if our heroes in the past made such comment that Nigeria is not one, what are we doing here? We are deceiving ourselves.
Yeah, I wonder who actually said that.
We are deceiving ourselves. So it is
well.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having time with your busy schedule.
Now is just the truth. The truth in saying, in exposing what is going on in Nigeria, and let the world hear it and make decision on what they want to do, because now Nigeria is not compatible with the United States. What is going on in Nigeria now is security wise. So they have to make their decision on their own in order to save the situation themselves, because Nigeria cannot save itself.
You see, the importance of what we are doing now is that the people have to seek for alternative. The people are seeking for alternative now.
Yes.
Yes. They know that military can no longer save them. They are aware that police can no longer save them. They are aware that, solution is far from them. But they are not thinking deep that let us all arise to, speak in one language, that we've got to go our separate ways. That lies the solution to this.
Yes.
If not, people will continue to die for nothing.
Exactly.
So, with that, I think we are coming to the end of the program today. The program was scheduled for 2 hours before. This 2 hours, 18 minutes. I really appreciate you joining us. I know you are at work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mr. Max, your puppies, they are very, very nice. I like them. I know you mute yourself. Okay. I was unable to mute it from here. It's muted. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You have to do that from the
Mr.
system.
Mark, you are still muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, sorry, guys. I was saying that I have 7 of them. You know, I breed.
7 of them.
Yes, they're all in here. So while I was trying to speak to you, I was trying to get them to to shush. But this one's.
How much do you spend in feeding them a day?
Man. So I buy like a big bag of their food.
Okay.
I have the adult ones. The adult ones are there. So the adult ones, their food is like $70 for like a big bag, and then they have puppy food is different from the adult food, and it's about the same price, but it's different, same size.
Mm-hmm.
But I sell them. I don't keep all of them, or my house will be full of dogs. You know.
Okay, you said them.
Oh yeah, I sell them.
Okay. They are nice. All right, thank you so much, and we can call it a day now. There are a lot of things I needed to attend to. I know that some of them have expired, but let me see if I can go and do 1 or 2 again. A lot of things are actually going on, and may God have mercy. And we must also have mercy on ourselves, because without having mercy on yourself, I don't really know how this country is going to be. We've got to have mercy on ourselves to think about this, one and only solution that I know. A lot of people have different things they are thinking about. But as far as I'm concerned, I know that this is the one and only solution. And if we can implement it, we are going to have peace one more time again. I wish to see peace in my lifetime again in this territory, like freely in the midnight, you can go out without fear, and like you live your free life again. For people to experience what freedom is again. Anyway, it is well. Thank you, everyone. Viewers, thank you for joining us. I know that I did not schedule this live broadcast. A lot of people don't know that I'm even live, and the notification was not also sent. So a lot of people have to watch this.
I tried to share.
Hello?
I tried to share the
Yeah.
screen.
Hello, Mr. Marcel.
Yeah, good evening, madam.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I am fine.
Okay,
I was trying to call you in before.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, but please allow me to say something. But because I've been waiting here.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so very much. And thank you, my fellow Nigerians. I just want to let you guys know that there is something that the scripture says. It says that what made the children of Issachar very brilliant is because they know the time and season. But what I'm seeing is that our politicians doesn't know that the time and the hour has come. And US does not go to a nation to occupy it. I live in the United States. My husband has been in the army here. I know their modus of operandi. And I know how they move, how they go. So if they put boots on ground, it means that they're going to stay there to, establish peace, establish everything that will make the country start running smoothly. And I trust our president, Donald Trump. And I must thank him for all he has done. Our fighting and what we have fought for is not in vain. But what I want to preach to you, Mr. Marcel, is to start educating our people on how to register for voters registration card. Okay, to get their own registration card or the voters card, I mean to say, because the division of Nigeria is imminent. Quote me today that I said this, okay? And I want to let you guys know that Donald Trump, when people are started, yelling that Donald Trump does this, America is gonna do this. I live in Texas. When you go to one of our oil wells, that's oil wells ground, desert, you see millions, thousands of oil wells. Nobody is living there. So America does not need your oil. Okay, I hear people say that, and I wonder where they're getting this notion. America is already made. America, you only want to establish that nothing will ever make all these terrorists to exist in any nation or any part of the world. For what happened in 9/11 to happen in America again, that is why it's like they're policing the world, but they're not. But they don't want the repetition of what happened to happen again. Okay? So my own advice to you is to start educating people on how to go and get a voter's registration card, because Nigeria will be divided. Okay? And especially those that are living in the East and South. They should, because some of them will be staying at home thinking that, when the referendum comes, if you don't have card, they will win you. That is exactly what is going to happen. So referendum is coming. Take it to the bank that I said it today. Okay? I know what is going on. And I know how it is going to happen. The US did not come in vain. And they're not going to live in there very soon. So if they want to go on protest, they should go on protest. Nobody is going to disturb you. Take it to the bank that I said this today. So my advice, please, start educating our people. Stop talking about Nigeria. Nigeria will be vanished very soon. That's all I have for you. Okay? Thank you so very much.
All right. That is great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for this information.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a nice day.
And you too. Thanks.
Okay. All right, Mr. Max and Green Patriot. Thank you for staying by. I think we can call it a day.
Oh yeah, thank you for the
yes, we can.
Thank you for the
It's
platform.
already 11:46 here.
I got your WhatsApp info the other day. I'm gonna add your WhatsApp. And
Okay,
send you
okay.
a direct message. Yeah.
All right, we talk there.
All right, boss.
All right, have a nice day.
All right, thanks.
On the 22nd of January 2026, something happened that should make every Christian and non-Muslim in this country sit up and pay attention. So, the Nigerian Financial Reporting Council, FRC, revealed that they are integrating a full-blown Sharia banking system into the Nigerian Financial Reporting Framework called the NFRF. This means they are bringing in the full standard from the Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Financial Institution, also known as AAOIFI. These are literally the global rulebook for Sharia compliant finance. They announced it at a massive stakeholder meeting in Abuja on 21st of January 2026 by Dr. Rabiu Olowo, the FRC boss. He made it crystal clear that the goal is to make Nigeria the leading hub for Islamic finance in Africa. The implementation starts as early as Q1 of 2026. They called it non-interest finance to keep you calm, but we all know this really means they are embedding Sharia principles deep into our national financial system. Now, why should you be scared if you are a Christian or just not a Muslim? Because this opens door for whitens that force Islamic religious rules into everyday matter, even for people who don't follow that faith. Let me explain to you the key pieces they are pushing in simple terms. Number one is the Zakat deduction. Zakat is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It is a mandatory alms giving, basically a religious tax of 2.5% of one's annual wealth that Muslims must pay to purify their money and help the poor according to Sharia law. Under these new standards, systems for calculating and reporting zakat could be built into official financial reporting and possibly even to the tax frameworks. That means more official channels from Islamic religious obligations to flow through the government-regulated system. For non-Muslims, it raises the questions like, will this create pressures or incentives that favors those who comply with Islamic giving rules over others? In a country divided by religion, this feels like another layer of favoritism creeping in. Number two is the sukuk bounds. These are Islamic bonds that are basically government or corporate debt instruments to avoid interest, which Islam calls riba and forbids. Instead of paying interest, they give returns based on profit sharing from real assets. Sounds nice and ethical, right? But when the government starts issuing sukuk widely under these new rules, it means public funds and national debt could be structured strictly according to the Sharia principles. Non-Muslims end up indirectly participating in or funding the system in one's religious law. Why our taxes help to build this Islamic finance hub, and who benefits the most? They are usually the investors from Muslim majority Gulf countries who pour in billions. Number 3 is the murabaha. This is where the bank buys assets like car or house and sells it to you at a markup price. No interest, no fees markup. It is marketed as fair, but critics see it as a workaround that functions like a conventional loan. The danger is, as this product becomes standardized nationwide through the NFRF, everyday banking for everyone, including Christians and non-Muslim, this could shift towards a Sharia-approved model. Banks might prioritize this product, making it harder to avoid if you are not comfortable with religious underpinnings. And don't forget the oversight risk, because our system is already full of holes. First is the FATF, which stands for Financial Action Task Force. Nigeria has been grey-listed before because our anti-money laundering rules are weak. Terror groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP exploit these gaps to move funds, expanding specialized Islamic finance channels through ironclad checks creates new blind spots. Formal Islamic banking requires complex, asset-backed deals that might look legit on paper but hide dirty money flows if oversight fails. And the second one is NFIU, which stands for Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. This is the agency that supports to track terror money, but we have seen how slow and selective they can be. When you layer in complex Sharia compliant products, monitoring becomes nightmare unless they get massive upgrades, which hasn't happened yet. This is not just about ethical banking or attracting investment. In a country where Christians have faced mass killing, churches are getting burnt, and what international reports called genocide-level violence, of which our government has been accused of looking the other way. Pushing this Sharia finance standard nationwide feels like the next quiet step in a bigger agenda. The Constitution says no state religion, but actions like this makes it feel like that Constitution is being ignored. If this doesn't wake you, ask yourself this question: why are they rushing to make Nigeria an Islamic finance hub while our people are dying in the name of religious conflict? On the 22nd